After I had my daughter, me and Bob, once again, me and Bob, I noticed that Bob would always be at the store where I like to grocery shop. But he would always come up in there and get like those little round sweet potatoes. And he would get a pack of those. And he would always wait until I get ready to check out and he's on the same checkout. It got to a point where I'm like, okay, Bob wanna play. One day I seen him and he was right behind me. So I turned around and I asked him, I said, you want me to pay for those sweet potatoes? He's like, yeah. Okay, I paid for the sweet potatoes. SpongeBob started hanging around people, I guess that was trying to tell him stuff about me that they didn't know what they were talking about. Every time me and Bob would not be together, it would always be something. He would always bring this man's name up. I'm always somewhere with him. So, okay. So that's what happened. I started always being with him. Him and his drug friends had got jealous because I wouldn't interact with them. I wouldn't pay no attention to what they was doing. I just didn't care. They were planning to do stuff. And he would know about it. When I would bring it up to him, he would be like, I don't know nothing about that. I don't hang with them people. I don't smoke with them. They be around the people I be around. I ain't gonna say nothing. I had got fed up at that point. I'm going on concerts like I used to do, enjoying myself, hanging out with people. And that really made him mad. Because in his mind, nobody wasn't supposed to like me. Nobody wasn't supposed to like to be around me. Nobody wasn't supposed to interact with me no kind of way, my family or nobody. He thought that if I run everybody out of her life and nobody's around her, then I got her all to myself. So I can do her pretty much how I want to. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play. You wanna play games? Let's begin. Somehow, him and his friends thought that it was wise to try me. No, ma'am. No, sir. After multiple attempts, and I'm steady ignoring them, I'm steady going on by my business, I'm steady enjoying myself. If somebody gonna keep accusing me of doing stuff, I'm gonna do it. That's not my character, and that's not what I do. But you ain't gonna keep telling me I'm doing stuff, and I'm not, because eventually I will. With Bob, with him being in the military, I never know. Well, I did know when he go to drill because I would see him a lot before then and after. When he was at home, I really didn't see him much because I don't know if he was just at home with his family or whatever he was doing. I don't know. I don't care. I was just amazed at how things happen and people feelings changed and everything just got out of order. I'm letting them do their thing or whatever, but I'm still doing the things that I like to do. It got to a point where it was just one thing after another. It's just like my name was just ringing around their circle of people. The night that all that went down, everything was planned out so perfect till I noticed it. My parking spot was right next to my apartment. I didn't park over there by the handicap. I parked beside my apartment. So when I got home, all those parking spots were filled. Even the parking spots next to the two handicaps was filled. The two handicap spots was empty. So okay, I'm not finna argue with nobody about moving no car. Whatever happened at night. And it didn't turn out like he thought it was gonna turn out. We moved in with his brother. And I told him, I don't wanna live with your brother. I said, I want us to have our own place. I said that you working, you should be able to get us a place to stay. We get the place to stay. He all family man and he done changed and he just won't be around me, my daughter, and his kids, and we just be one big family, which I didn't have no problem with the kids. I think 2 or 3 years we stayed in that house. And we moved to the other house over there on Selma, that Point. Him and Fruitcake back together. it all started out something going on with my daughter. I gotta go down to grandmama's house. Ruke doing this and Yanni doing that, and it was just a lot. I guess they had been being together so much till they thought they were just prone to just do stuff in front of me. So I'm like, no ma'am and no sir. We would get into it about it, and he would deny it. I don't want her. She be trying to talk to me. I be going down there to see about my daughter, and it was always the daughter was doing something, you know. And then when he come back, it's her. She doing something. He would go get his daughter and bring her over there to the house, and once she got used to me, she would want to come over there and spend the night with me and Jessica. So, like I told him, I said, I don't have no fault with the kids. I said, it's the parents. I said, the kids didn't ask to be here. And I said, well, if she want to come over, let her come over. I ain't got no problem. He continued working at Taylor. So in 2006, he had to have surgery on his shoulder. He went through the procedure, you know, the normal, you know, when you leave your job or whatever. So that didn't work out. So in 2007, that's when he started really acting out on drugs, drinking, spazzing out on me for no reason. Like I said, I'm always was his scapegoat when something went wrong. If something happened in his family, I'm to blame. If something happened with his kids, I'm to blame. If something happened with his baby mama, I'm to blame. And I just started keeping my mouth closed, just worry about me and my daughter. In 2009, I finally separated from him. I moved out, and I moved in with a relative, and that didn't work out. So I got an apartment in the plaza, and they broke in my apartment and stuff and stole me and my baby stuff. So I got frustrated. That night that happened, come to think of it, he kept calling me earlier that day and telling me when I get off work for me and Justin to come spend the night over there. So I did. So somebody called me the next morning and said that my apartment had been broken in. And I went over there. I left my daughter at his house, and I went over there to the apartment, and sure enough, they had got all my electronics, my TV, and then they came back and got my other TV, and it was just a whole lot. He begged me to move back in with him, so I moved back in with him. In 2013, we separated again, and I moved to Hattiesburg. So I moved to Hattiesburg, working at Papa John's. I'm working at a car auction, hard to pay bills. I was making, but it wasn't enough to cover rent. I decided that I wanted my own place. And you know how people do, like with your kids. I ain't saying that nobody did nothing wrong, but your child needs their own space. I went looking for apartments and stuff like that. You know, people were helping me, and we found one, and the rent was like $700. And I was like, Lord, how am I gonna pay this? I was getting food stamps, but it was an opportunity. They helped me as much as they could with as far as my light bill, and I got help with my rent one time. And he came down there, claimed he came down there to left fruitcake and them at the house, and came down there with me. So when he got down there, you know, I explained to him. We went and looked at the apartment, filled out the application, and the lady gave us the apartment because of his income. And I asked him, I said, well, are you planning on staying down here? I said, how you think I'm going to pay this rent? And he was like, well, I'm going to move down there. I'm going to go home and get things straightened out, and I'm going to move back. And, you know, we're going to be living in the apartment, and I'm going to change, and I'm going to stop doing things, and I'm tired of being around them, and I'm tired of doing this and doing it. It was just a lot of lying and excuses. That next month rolled around, and I called him. I say, SpongeBob, I say, are you really gonna move down here with me? I said, because you said you said you was gonna help me with the rent, and I really need it. And plus you said you was gonna be in a new environment. Yeah, give me time, let me get things straightened out, and get me a storage and put my stuff up and take my stuff over, take some stuff over mama, and let me just get situated. Call me back that first week of that next month, and he gonna tell me, I've decided that I'm just gonna stay here. I don't want to move to no new place, and I just want to stay here. Nigga, what? You done stuck me with this $700 rent that I can't pay. And I barely make enough to pay light bill and buy groceries, along with the food stamps that they give me ain't even much. And they wouldn't give me much food stamps because I was still married to him. So we was considered still married even though we was separated. I moved back. He promised, oh, we gonna go get your stuff such and such day. I'm like, okay, because I needed help to get the stuff because I had a lot of stuff and I was gonna have to get a U-Haul and somebody was gonna have to drive. So when it was time